Alright guys, it's time. We're back in action. He's on. That boy's back on. Alright, well guys, got 2 people watching. Make sure to like the stream. Hope you guys are well. And yeah, let me know if you've taken any trades today. So I'm looking for buys. For me, buys not until we close above 1879. We've got about 45 pip range, which is nice. As for sells is a bit of a weird one because we are in an uptrend. So if we break this swing point here, there's a good chance we come down. But the problem is we've got a bit of an area here, so even if we close below this level here, we've still got all this to close through, which will be a bit tricky. So I'm probably going to avoid sells, to be honest. Just taking a look. For me, sells, the first area I would sell would be this area here. Yeah. There is a lot of range here where something could happen. I mean, what? This is 173 pips. Fucking hell. Okay. What about here? 41 pip stops here. I'm not really a fan of this right now. That's the problem. For me, I'm just not a fan. To be fair, guys, we can take sales below here. We can take sales below here on gold. We'll just have to be careful. Like the first kind of point where we'll move to break even and move stops will be quite soon. It'll be about 18 pips in, so let's bear that in mind. But yeah, we can take sales below here. I don't want to trade in this range it's in the moment. At least not for sales, possibly for buys. Buys could be okay. Don't know how much range we've got here. 30 pips, it's a bit small. It's a little bit small for my liking, so I'm gonna just stay out of those sales for now. But yeah, buys above here, sells below here. As for sales, we've got, I mean, if it fills this full range, for sales we have about, I want to say 50 pips. But yeah, we'll see what it does. So where I want the closure. I guess hourly makes the most sense. Yeah. Alright, that's what I'm looking at right now. Just gonna mark this as a get rid of it for now. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for gold right now. And as for pound yen, let's take out the pound yen again. These are old levels I've got on pound yen right now, so I'm going to remove those. Let's just remove everything for now. So look at the higher time frame. On the daily, we're still bearish. For me, we're still bearish on the daily until we break 616.7. Until we break that, still bearish. So that being said, the lower time frames are more bullish looking. Let's see here. So how big is this range here? Okay, we could possibly take buys from here then. Buys here are not too bad if you look at it on the 4 hour. This is kind of like the range I'm looking at. It's about 60 pips, it's not too bad. Let's jump down to some lower time frames and have a look. How's the half hour looking? So the half hour is looking a bit more bearish. Like, the lower time frames are bearish, but the higher time frames still bullish. Sorry, the lower time frames actually kind of bearish now, and the higher time frame is also bearish. So really, we should be looking for sells rather than buys for this. 22 pips. Okay, so we can take buys above here. If we do get any buys above this level, the kind of first point that we'll manage risk if we're in profit will be around 23 pips, so it's quite a lot, quite a lot. And obviously if we break above here as well, it's good for buys. I don't expect pound yen to move too much today because it's the bank holiday in Japan, so might not be that much movement, but I mean the pound's still moving, so that can still move the currency enough. As for sells, to be honest, we should be good to take sells below this kind of level here. I feel like sells below here makes sense. Yeah, so I'm going to look for sells around there. And then the next point for sells, I guess, would be probably this level here. It's a nice wick fill as well if we get closure below here. So this is a big range. If we do close below here and if we do close below here and fill the range, this will be 71 pips, quite big. And then this next level, a bit smaller, probably around 40. No, it's actually 30, so that's quite small, maybe not worth taking sells there. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, won't we? But yeah, these are the kind of areas I'm looking at right now. Obviously prices over here, so let's just keep our attention here. I'm gonna get rid of this over there for now. New York Open is in 10 seconds. Okay, nice. Let's see how gold's moving. The hourly. So right now we're still bullish. Gold on the daily is still bullish. So long as we close above this kind of area here, we should be good to carry on moving up towards this next level. So just drop down to lower time frames. Okay, so in an hour we've got the 4-hour close. If this 4-hour candle closes bearish, I'd expect gold to come down. We did break the lows on this bearish candle, but we've still pushed back up and we're not breaking the lows of the current candle right now, so at the moment. Because if you look on the 4-hour, if price does come back down and start to break these lows, if you drop down to the hour, that's going to be pretty much a closure below this candle here, which means if you go back to the 4-hour, if we're breaking the lows here, we're probably good to come down and fill this range. So yeah, that's why I've got sells below here. And then obviously on the higher time frame, to be honest, just looking at buys. I think buys actually make more sense here, because if you look on the 4-hour, sorry, if you look on the hour, that's a closure above here. Look, we came up, faked out, came back down, and we tried again, wicked through, we couldn't get through. And if you view it on the 4-hour, we created a perfect kind of resistance here. So if we get a closure above 1878, we should be good to continue pushing up, especially if we break the highs of the previous candle. There's a chance, we close above, might wick fill and come back down. But yeah. But yeah, for the moment, my bias on gold is kind of bearish. We'll have to see what happens here. If we come down and test these lows, we could do something like this. We could do something like this, test the lows again, and then come back up and fill the range. Or, we might just break, close below, break the lows, and then boom, come all the way down. So yeah, let's see. I'll be surprised if we get a clean push back up. It could happen. We could just get a clean, move up here. We might barcode in this area a bit, and then we'll either break to the upside or come back down. But yeah, for now we're just in a range, and we've got to wait for a closure. Gold for me is more clean than GJ today. It's more clear to read. GJ, we've closed below this level here. We've created another kind of resistance. You know, actually, this could be nice for sales, guys. We've closed right at resistance, because if you look to the left, there's quite an obvious resistance level here. We formed a resistance, so you know what? I'm going to go for sales below here, guys. That's going to be what I'm looking at now. Ignore me when I said GJ wasn't looking that good. It's actually looking decent, because we've obviously we were trending up, but we've broken the first level of support. We've created a new support, and if we close below this support, there's a good chance we push down, because we'll also be breaking the lows of the hourly. And if you look on the 4 hour, we'll be closing bearish back through this level. So yeah, we'll see, guys. We'll see. There's a chance this flips and pushes up. I'll be surprised if we move down, because I feel like price wants to come up and test this high on the 4 hour. But we'll have to see, have to wait and see, guys. We'll have to wait and see. See what price wants to do. As you see, when we closed below here last time, we pushed down to around 160, and then same here. So, and then obviously here we just trudged all the way down. So yeah, I'm actually eyeing up this level on GJ right now. This could be quite nice for sales. You could even say kind of like a little salary play here, but yeah, we'll see. There's a chance this drives, because of the way this candle closed here, we could just completely drive down from now. Camera down a bit. So yeah, we're going to wait for the half-hour close on this GJ move. This is looking pretty good, so I'm going to be focused on this. I think gold right now is just barcoding in this area, so we're just going to focus on GJ for now. It's actually a really nice setup, so hopefully we can get a closure below without it driving too far. Stops, they're not going to be too big. I'm just thinking, where is a point, you know, where it closes too far for me? For me, if it closes, the problem is if it closes at 160.3, you're kind of closing at a resistance area. So ideally you want it to close higher up. So I think, to be honest, if it closes past, let's just use this as a better example. If it closes past, if it closes past 160.3, it's probably a bit too big for me. It's moved too far away from the level at that point as well. So I'd probably be looking for a retracement, maybe a fake out back down towards the downside. So ideally we close around here somewhere. That'd be really nice, because then we can get a nice size stop loss as well. But yeah, we'll have to see how this closes in 23 minutes. Don't know how many people are watching. 2. Yeah, guys, you got any questions? You got the music's too loud, my voice is too loud or too quiet? Let me know in the chat. Besides that, we're just going to chill here until this 30-minute candle closes on GJ, and we can maybe get a setup. If we don't get a setup, it's all good. No, we're just chilling. We're not forcing nothing. So yeah, we'll just wait and see if a fish presents itself. You know, we're like a fisherman with our rod out in the water, waiting for to grab our bait. And yeah, 22 minutes here. I'm just going to grab myself some water, maybe a bite to eat, so I'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right. Still about 8 minutes. Do you know, it'll be a lovely entry, guys. If we get a closure on the 1 hour through this level on GJ, that'll also be a closure on the 4 hour, which means, okay, yeah, there could be a big top wick, but there's also a lot more likelihood for it to drive down. But right now we're just waiting on a half hour closure. Right, it's not looking like it's going to close through at the moment. It's quite a lot of rejection. So yeah, we just have to see how this plays, but at the moment, just got to sit back and wait. Still got 10 minutes here, so there's still a chance that it closes through. Can't even hear the music, you know. We're on 494 subscribers. 6 more subscribers, guys, and we hit 500. Holy shit. It feels like a long time coming, but can we do it? Can we do it? That organic growth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. My nose is running like Niagara Falls. Oh, shit. You guys like the look of buys? Yeah, I think overall buys, you know, like look good. I would agree. Buys above here do look nice. You got quite a decent range. I mean, if you fill the whole range, it's 50 pips. That being said, we'll have to see what GJ does here. It's strange, buys and sales are both equally quite clean on GJ. But if you look at the higher time frame, I think we're more likely to go down. I mean, it really depends how the higher time frame closes, but I think we're a lot more likely to move down on the high time frame if we can close below 160.5. Then I believe we will be pushing down. As for buys on the 4 hour, the thing is, if you take buys above 160.64 and the 4 hour close is bearish with a bit of a wick, but it's not that much of a wick, you're still closing through this level here at 160.77 on the 4 hour. So you're still actually good to go down on the 4 hour. So that's the reason I'm not looking at buys for now. So it's looking like the 30 is going to close bullish, which is fine. There's going to be people getting into buys here, for sure, on the break of this high. I don't blame you. If it runs, it runs. Nice trade, but it's not for me, this one. I'm looking more for sells, so I'm going to stick to that bias. And if it doesn't work out, if we don't get an opportunity for sells, we don't get an opportunity for sells. That's what it is. But yeah, I'd be more inclined to take buys on GJ if we pull back more. If we pull back to, I want to say 160.83. If we can pull back to there, which you could say, okay, well that's your trade to go up to 160.83. Yes, you could buy and it runs up to there. Fair enough. And your entry would be around now, you know, on the close of this 15. That would make sense. It's not a bad trade if you do take it. But I imagine we're going to stay in this range here for now. Yeah, we didn't even close above. Well, we closed above here, but we didn't close above the level I'd be looking at, which is here at 160.6. So I'm going to have to see how the hourly closes. So we've got 29 minutes till the hourly close. Interesting. If we do get closure, guys, the first kind of area I guess we'll manage risk will be, depending on where it closes. If it closes quite near the level, first area to manage risk will be at the wick fill. If it closes, you know, just at the wick fill or beyond it, obviously then we'll have to adapt. But let's just lock in now. Still got a while before this candle closes, so we've got some time to plan our moves. Passion pays. Hey bro, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, man. Hope you are doing well as well. Damn, 3 of you have voted for buys. Have I got the wrong buys here then, guys? I understand the reason for buys. Like we're trending upwards. I get it. It makes sense. It does make sense. Well, maybe we've got the flip of the candle now. I'm going to pretend that I'm taking this trade even though I'm not. Because why not? So you'd have your stop below this candle here, about 17 pips. Be targeting the top of this range for a decent amount of R. Now you just got to see if this runs. Which it might. It might well run. Actually no, I wouldn't be entering this yet. You'd be waiting for a closure above this level, so your stop would be below there. And then you'd have to wait for the next candle and then a wick down. So we're not going to pretend anything yet. But yeah. Thing is, if the 4 hour closes above, you'd be better to take it on the 15 to be fair. So if this 15 closes above, then you're getting a quick trade. Then if price does pull back on the 4 hour, if it pulls back, makes a kind of pin bar, then you'll be in profit. You can probably close profits out. And then if price does decide to move down, you're already out of the trade. That would make sense. You know, I might actually look at doing that. We'll see how we move, but this could be quite a clean buy actually. So I'm just going to stay focused here, and maybe we can get an entry. Yeah, guys, I've just put in the chat, but I'm going to be attempting a My Forex Funds 50k account challenge. Not yet, maybe. I don't know whether to, because I'm going to Thailand towards the end of February. I don't know whether to start it in Thailand or before, because there's going to be a period of travel and we're kind of settling down into Thailand. So I don't want to start it, too soon before that. But then I don't know whether I want to start it in Thailand or after. We'll have to see. But I will be attempting one, and I'll be documenting all of it. Obviously, the pass rate on prop firm challenges is very low. I think it's about 8%, 10%, something like that. So, don't expect much. I'm just going to document it for, educational purposes, I guess, and just so you guys can see everything live going through my head, and might give you some second thoughts on actually taking one yourself. You might see me attempt it and be like, you know what, I'm not going to bother with that. Or you might be inspired and maybe I do pass, and then you'll be like, damn, this guy Aiden is a killer. He's a damn monster. But we'll see. It's a plan I'm going to start doing at some point. So I hope you guys do enjoy that when I start the challenge. And well, GJ is just chopping left, right and centre. Oh, this is nasty. If anybody got in buys on gold, that is nasty. I don't know whether the price pushed up first and then wicked down, or wicked down and then pushed up, but yeah, that could be a nasty little fake out if it doesn't flip. And candle's got no bottom wick, so I would not be taking that anyway. But yes, that's about it. looking like we're going to close bearish on the 4 hour, and we're closing through the level at 160.862. So I will expect GJ to come down a bit first. I think we're still in an uptrend on the higher time frames, at least on the 4 hour. But I'd expect a little retracement, maybe down to test 160. So yeah, we'll see what it does. Obviously, if it breaks the lows, it's definitely going to drive. And yeah. For me, I don't like the look of buys now. I'm going to just remove that so I'm not tempted. Just going to focus on looking for sales now. And see what we can get. See if we can get an hourly closure through here. We'll be using hourly stops, so we'll look at it on the hourly time frame. Makes the most sense. As for gold, you know, gold's not really anywhere I want to trade it right now, so I'm not going to bother with it. Passion Pays, what do you think about GJ now? I'm looking for sales on GJ personally. I just think based on the other time frames, it's looking more bearish. Like based on the 4 hour, we've got 19 minutes for the 4 hour close, so we'll see. But yeah, if you're watching this Passion Pays, I think if the 4 hour does not manage to close above this level here at 160.851, if we don't pull back and close above there, I think there's a high chance that we push down and come down, maybe test this level down here. That's just my bias. You know, that might not happen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We've got 18 minutes here, so we're pushing through. We could wick again, or we could close. Also, you know, if we close below the low on the hourly and close bearish, that also just doubles up on the confirmation for it to push down. So gotta just see, guys. As for stop loss, we'll go hourly high. So on the broker, that is about 160.66. So something like this. And is that right? Yeah, and probably looking at break of the lows, so 163.98. Obviously, it's going to look a bit weird on TradingView, but this is what it looks like on my broker. So yeah, it's about 26.2. Yeah, 26.2 pip stop. So we'll see how this moves now. And yeah, just gotta wait and see now. Just gotta wait and see. My kind of first trouble area, I suppose, would be this kind of level here that we've got at 160.25. That will be where I'll be moving stops to break even and possibly closing some of the trade off. About to get a 15-minute close through this level. Am I going to take this now? No. I'm going to wait for the 4 hour close. There is a chance that it will drive. You know, I mean, if this 15 closes through and doesn't kind of wick up, or it could wick up and then just drive down. But yeah. In fact, it's quite a high chance that this actually drives, looking at it. the best scenario for us now we're waiting for the hourly close, would be for this to push down, you know, create more of a wick and then kind of close somewhere back up here. That would be most ideal for entries. There is a chance it drives and we just don't get an entry. That is very possible. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, let's not look at the 15 anyway, it's going to distract us. I'm just going to view it on the hour, because the hours we're looking at now, or the half hour. We'll run our TP down to this area here, but it's unlikely that we'll hold the trade for that one. We've got 14 minutes. Just gonna chill now, guys, until this closure. Alright, got magic key set up. We are all prepared. Everything's ticked off on our entry list. We just need the top wick to form, and then our checklist is complete. As for risk management on this trade, if we do get in, if we get filled, if we close like this, if the candle doesn't drive now, if we close like a little inverted hammer, bullish inverted hammer, that would be perfect. That would look great for a drive down. But yeah, as for risk management on this trade, we will probably manage risk on the 15 minute. So we'll wait for price to be honest, if it closes like that, I mean, it'll be a bit different, but we'll wait for obviously price to close, and then we will manage risk on the 15. So if we're in the position, we've been filled, if price starts pushing up and breaks the previous 15 high, I'll close 50% of the trade there and then I'll either let it obviously run to hit the stop, or we'll just let it let price do its thing, and if obviously if it closes back above the level, we'll close out the trade, and if it hits the stop, it hits the stop, but we will have taken less of a full loss. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to manage risk in this trade. As for, yeah, I think I've already talked about what I'm going to do if we're in profit. This first kind of trouble area for me is here. This kind of resistance area at 160.25. That's where I'll be moving stops to break even, closing partials. And yeah, the rest of the trade we'll let run. We'll probably either close full or some more partials at 160 if we make it down there, and then if we keep pushing down, obviously we will either be out of the trade or have a slight bit still on the table. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now, guys. Obviously, being the 4-hour candle, there could be a chance for a top wick, which could be pretty massive. So there is the danger of that top wick, you know, stopping us out if we do get filled. But you know, there's always a risk, isn't there, when you take a trade? So yeah. So yeah. For me, I think it's going to rally long. Fair enough. Why do you think it's going to rally long? Why do you think these things? What's making you believe that it's going to rally long? Why would you believe such things? Now there is the argument for having a buy stop now, just based on this candle here. As we've already closed through on the 15, we're kind of creating the top wick, I suppose, and even potential like celery move. But I'm just going to do what I normally do and manage it off the half hour. I don't really like taking trades off the 15 minute. Not a fan of it. It's not me. I need to adjust my entry point actually. It's going to be looking more like 160. Oh no, I've got it in the right place. 160, 400. It's about right. And the broker as well. I think so anyway. Yeah. Obviously if we break the lows, it's going to drive. Yeah, it's breaking the lows now, so. Hopefully we don't drive, guys, in this last 7 minutes, because obviously this 15-minute candle has come up and touched the level and flipped. There is a high chance, especially if we break this low that was created at 1 o'clock. If we break that, there is quite a high chance we just drive and then our entry is kind of invalid. Which it's looking like it might do. Or it's just going to give it a little test and push back up. Give it a little touch. And then move back up. So we push down a little bit now. I think the 15 entry would have been cleaner, to be honest. Maybe I was being a pussy. Should have entered on the 15. See how this closes here, but gonna need quite a big top wick now. That's the problem, because I need a top wick to come up and ideally come up and test this level, which is already done on the 15, if you see here. So it's going to be interesting. That's to say the least. It's going to be interesting. Because the problem is the 15s, I doubt it's going to come up and break its own high. So the top wick will be not testing the level. I need price to pull up a bit. Because if it closes down here, I feel like it's not a great place to enter really. So based on where the low of the candle is now, I'll be looking more to take an entry on the flip of the candle rather than the break of the low. So if we can get a top wick to push up, and then I can get an entry on the flip of the candle rather than the break of the low. The opportunity for an entry on the break of the low is kind of gone now. So why is gold setting up as well, guys? Gold's also setting up nicely. Potentially close above the highs on the 4 hour. Let's see if gold does it. Is it gonna do it in the last 2 minutes? Maybe it will. Damn, this 4 hour is really pushing now. Really is pushing. Just a bit too far from the level, isn't it? Just a bit too far now. Because if we get in there, that stops. It's pretty big. Well, guys, I think I missed the trade. I should have got in. Should have got in on the 15, even though I don't like doing it. It made the most sense here. I don't imagine we'll pull back that much now. Not enough for us to get an entry, I don't think. There's 1 minute 48, but you know, it's not looking that likely. Really, this was a better entry. Break of the lows. See, stop, same area, and yeah, you had the flip of the candle, breaks the lows. You probably would have been maybe B this point, maybe not, but it's just a much cleaner entry. Yeah, I think probably going to pass on this trade. Only hope for an entry for me now is if we can pull back a little bit, create a top wick, and I can get in on the flip. Otherwise, push too far already. Push too far. Oh well, it's Monday, guys. No stress. Start of the week, you know. If you miss a trade, you miss a trade. It is what it is. Better to miss trades than take stupid trades that end up being a loss. You can always learn stuff from missing trades as well. And learn just as much from missing a trade as you can from taking an L. So in this case, if this doesn't pull back and I miss this, well, I've learned, okay, well, sometimes it's best to look at a trade on the 15 because you can get an entry on the 15, whereas on the 30 and the hourly, there's no entry. Alright, that's where we closed. Yeah, stops are going to be quite big. 30 pip. 30 pip stop. Not ideal. It's not ideal. Yeah, I'm going to pass on this, guys. I'm going to pass. It was a good setup, but if I jump in it now, if I steam in it now, out of FOMO of missing the move, I know I'm just going to get a shit entry, and if it does reverse at this kind of level here, I'll be pretty pissed, and I'll just be like, damn. So, I don't think I'm going to bother. Good thing to do if you're trading breakouts like me. If the candle closes quite far from the level, it's usually best to just avoid the trade, because there's a much higher chance that it's gonna retrace and you're gonna be in down draw, and it might even come back in the level. I always find the best trades are, you know, when they've just broken out the level a little bit, and then they tend to push down a lot more, pop down. So. You know, good luck to any of you guys hopping in this trade. If you do get in it, it's not bad. 35 pip stop, target. It's quite close, but you might get 28 pips out of it, something like that. Not bad. It is not bad. How did gold close? Oh, gold close, very naughty. Very naughty close on gold. But you need a big bottom wick to take gold longs. You need a big bottom wick. You're gonna have to wait for current candle on gold. GJ, you know, disappointed us once again. The entry that we should have taken was a break of these lows. Stop obviously above the high. And you target down here. You'd manage risk at the first problem area, which is at 160.25. So I'm just going to mark all this up to be journaled, I suppose. And yeah. So we're going to drive down now. You could say there was an opportunity to get in again with a sell limit at these lows, but it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Thing is now, if I put a sell limit, it's a bit risky because it's already kind of created a top wick. And if I get a sell limit in the trade now, it means to get tagged in, price will have to break its own high, which means if it's breaking its own high, there's a much higher chance it's going to push up. And then I'll be in down draw, which is not ideal. It's not really what I want. So if I was to have got in with a sell limit, which I don't usually do, I usually just skip out the trade if I've missed the move. I would have got in, obviously, as the candle was about to close, put a sell limit up here. Which, you know, I'm gonna note that down for next time. That is something I probably should do. But yes. Interesting. Everyone's voted buys for pound yen, but pound yen is pushing down. See, it's breaking its own highs now. Creating a steeper top wick. Thing is as well, if you did want to take this off the hourly with a break and trying to break the lows, it's pretty dangerous because of the where the first kind of minor resistance trouble area is. It's very risky. In my eyes, it's risky. But good luck to anyone that takes this trade. It is. It's got the potential to work out and be a nice trade, especially if you've got current candle stops, break the lows, stop above the current candle high. You know, it could be a very nice trade, but it's not for me, man. It's not for me. Did use current candle. Yeah, you'd have to be pretty aggressive with the risk management. But it's not terrible. Gold looking like it's pushed up quite a lot, pulling back, now pushing down. Pushed up fairly far as well, pushed up 13 pips, fair amount. That is a fair amount. If we create a nice bottom wick on this 4 hour, I'll probably have buy stops on gold. GJ. What's the 4 hour look like? Well, it's close right at resistance as well. Yeah, gonna skip this one, guys. I think it's just a bit sus, isn't it? No point trying to force anything. If it doesn't quite feel right, if it doesn't quite look right, you're better off just staying out of it, to be honest, I'd say. As for buys though, you know, buys on GJ for me still valid above here. So I'm gonna keep a level in there to watch. We're breaking the highs of the 15, so it's looking promising for price to move back up. But yeah, we'll see. Sales for me are kind of not great. I just don't like that we closed at the right of the resistance, the 4 hour resistance. Just it's a bit unideal really, isn't it? Could you take sales from below here? It's not a massive range, but I suppose if you do get a closure, you need a 4 hour closure though. 4 hour closure through here, so that wouldn't be until 6 o'clock. So yeah, I'm not going to bother looking at that for now. I'm going to focus on buys for this move. You know what, guys? Actually, kind of lucky we didn't get filled in the end. Lucky we didn't get filled on the 15, because we would have been in profit for a little bit. We wouldn't have quite reached the area to move to break even, and now would be in down draw, closing 50% of the loss. So it's actually worked out quite well, being patient and just sitting on our hands. Cannot complain. Oh, 395 subscribers. Thank you very much, whoever's subbed. Greatly appreciated. Going to... How big is this? Oh, it's only 16 pips, never mind. It's bigger than that. I'm gonna move this down here. You know what? Fuck sales. Let's allow the sales. Sales are just, if it's too difficult to even find an idea for a trade, it's just stay away from it. I think if the trade idea is too difficult to even find, it's probably just not worth even bothering. And I feel like right now I'm spending too much energy trying to find a trade, which is, you know, it's not a good thing to do. So I'm just going to relax, wait for the obvious trades to show themselves, and if they don't, we'll call it a day. Call it a fucking day. We'll come back tomorrow. Gold did close quite nice on the 4 hour. However, it's a shame that we kind of pushed up a little bit first. So for me to get an entry on gold now, I would need quite a steep wick down, and then I would enter on the flip of the candle. But unless I see that, I'm going to put a little note. We'll just have a little note there to remind ourselves. Well, I literally just said it and it's starting to do it. It's crazy. The market's decided, you know what? We're going to do what Aiden wants. Just a little bit. Not too much. Not enough that he can get an entry, but just a bit. But yeah. So, no news today, guys. Chill day in terms of news. I think the rest of the week's a bit hectic. We've got an announcement from Fed at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Wednesday is relatively chill. I think Thursday CPI. Obviously CPI is just always crazy. Big moves in CPI and unemployment claims as well. For any of you that trade news, I wish you good fortune. Hopefully you don't blow the account. Hopefully you double the account. And then we've got GDP figures for pound on Friday. So big week. Big week for news. Towards the end of the week though, obviously start of the week's relatively chill, apart from this tomorrow. But today, no storms in the ocean. Can relax. You know, I'm actually kind of relieved I didn't enter on the 15 now, because I would be sitting at what, about a 0.5R loss right now, because I would have closed 50% on the break of this 15 high. So yeah, nice. Glad we did not enter that. Sensible. Now you might be watching the stream and thinking, fucking hell, this is boring. I swear he doesn't take any trades. Look, I'm not prepared to lose my capital on shit trades just for the stream. Or in general, to be honest. I've done that far too many times in my life. Taken some absolutely shocking trades that, you know, them trades you take, they're so bad, and you know they're bad because as soon as you've entered, you've gone, fucking hell, why did I get in that? Or you just like, it hits your stop and you just know, like, or actually, you know what, it doesn't even hit your stop. You enter the trade and you already know it's hitting your stop. You're just like, this is a shit trade. But you're kind of blind to it. It's weird. You're blind to the shit trade. I'd say you've got about 20% awareness of how shit the trade is, and then as soon as you get in the trade, the other 80% of your awareness comes, and then you're like, damn, now I know 100% that this is a shit trade. And yeah, that's when the real regrets start flooding in. You're like, fuck, why did I get in that? Yeah, we've all been there. You're just thinking to yourself like, what am I doing? Why? I've had that feeling so many times where I'm just like, what? Why did I do that? There was no need to just butcher my account, but I've only gone and done it. It's funny as well because it's always the shitty trades that they're so hard as well. Like, you're like analysing the market so hard. You're like, shit. So if I do this, and this, then this lines up, then this. Whereas like the trades that make you the money, they're so easy, they're so clear, they're so obvious. You're just like, well, yeah, that's an obvious trade. I'm just going to get in that, bang. You don't really have to think. It's the ones that stress you out trying to figure out whether they're worth it or not. And then you enter and you just know they're not worth it as soon as you entered. You're like, damn, this trade is shit. Well, passion pays. Did you take any positions on GJ or not? Did you get in anything? Let me know in the comment section. So this is pushing. How big are the stops going to be? That's the thing. What the fuck, what? Whew. Oh no, it's only 30 pips. Not that bad. I thought it was 300 pip stop. I was like, what the fuck? It's way too big. It's alright. It's alright. So we're getting a relatively steep wick now on the 4 hour. I'm pretty tempted to place a buy stop now. I'm just gonna look on the broker as well. What we looking like? Looking pretty nice, I'd say. As for oh wow, the 4 hours different on my broker though. It's a bit weird. Anyway, let's just take another look. We're using current candle. We'll be looking at 1874.88. And on the flip will be 7821. Obviously TP is where the TP is, so 33.3 pips stop, it's not terrible. Alright, I'm going to be placing a buy stop on gold now. Not too much risk, keeping the risk relatively low. Yeah, alright, well we have a buy stop now. Why does that look so spazzy? Yeah, 30-minute makes it look a bit easier. So yeah, this is actually based off the 4 hour this trade. So we have a, I'm just going to move this for the trading view. Obviously on the broker it's positioned a little bit differently. So I'm just going to move it to show you where it is on my broker. It is here. So yeah, going to mark a buy stop. Don't really do that right. Obviously, if the half an hour candle closes back in the range, I'll probably delete the buy stop. I imagine. If we can flip bullish on this 15 candle here, that'd be great, because then we can drive up. Hopefully, to be actually, I'm not gonna delete the buy stop based on the half hour. Actually, it makes no sense really. As for managing risk, we're going to be moving stops to break even at the break of the high. So fairly conservative on this trade. We'll probably take some partials if we break the high of this candle here, and we'll probably just let the rest run at that point. So I'm going to, on magic keys, I'm just going to punch in the BE point, break of that candle's high, put that there, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Obviously, there's a chance, you know, we close back in the range and we just barcode for the rest of the day, and yeah, we'll be deleting buy stops if that's the case. End that poll now. Be interesting to see if we do flip up and fill the range on gold. Be interesting to see. So this is the it's plain. Interestingly, we haven't actually broken the low yet on the candle. I thought, you know, if it's going to continue pushing down, potentially fill this range again, it would have broken the low by now, but it hasn't. So that's interesting. As for the 30 close, you know, there is a bit of risk in this trade. Obviously, we could. Okay, this candle's closing bullish now. It's not bad. We could, you know, wick up, get filled on a order, and then it just pushes down to fill the range. That is a risk, but I'm willing to take that risk. I think let's just see. We'll see how this candle closes now. I mean, if you're looking at the higher time frames, this candle is still valid to flip. There's no reason why it can't. But I think we're much less likely to flip when this 30 closes bearish. Do you think that is? Do you think that is a thing? But let's just see here. Okay, we're pushing down now. I'm going to remove the sell stop, buy stop as the stop loss is going to be too big now. Just going to delete that. That's gone. The idea was valid until we broke the lows, 4 hour lows. I mean, the idea is still technically valid. I mean, you're just going to have a bigger stop now if you try and get in this. You're going to have a 45 pip stop, which is a bit too big for me personally. So I'm just going to avoid that. I think, you know, we basically closed at resistance. So really, probably want to wait for another closure. At least above, I want to say 1878. But it might be cleaner, a bit higher to be honest. Maybe get a closure above here. Do we still have enough range to fill if that's the case? Yeah, we got 45 pips. If you're in gold sales right now, in the money. In the money. Too much chop for me though. So I'm going to hang around for another half hour, guys. If there's anybody watching, I'm going to hang around, see if we can maybe get a setup on GJ for buys. And if we can't get anything, then probably going to call it a day. Maybe we can get an entry on the 15. I'm going to watch it on the 15 here because this is quite clean for buys on GJ. So maybe we can get an entry if this kind of flips and closes bullish. Quite nice. Stops will be, I imagine, quite small. Yeah, 14 pips, not bad. Could be quite a nice trade. So going to look for that. If we can't get an entry on that, probably going to call it a day and come back tomorrow. And the volatility will probably die down around then as well. So stops will be 60,546. Yeah. Closure obviously we don't know. And yeah, it could be anywhere really. I'll have to see. Now, the way I'm sitting right now is not good for my back. Damn. Hourly looking like. Right. What else is on my to-do list today, guys? Let's have a look. This candle doesn't flip. I'm calling it a day. Calling it a day. What I like to do, guys, normally after I've had a break from the charts, is I come back, do like a review of the day, see, you know, was there any moves I missed or I didn't see that, you know, I could have capitalized on. It's a good way of just keeping yourself in check, keeping yourself on point, because sometimes you miss things out of carelessness, out of not paying attention at the right time. So it is good to, well, this might flip now, it's good to, you know, keep track. See, look, we didn't break the high of the previous hourly candle, so this candle, to be honest, it could just flip bearish and fill this range. It's got every possibility to do that. Obviously 160.65 is quite a strong level to sell at. It's a good price to sell at, so I can imagine why there's a lot of people steaming in now to sell. Because if you missed this breakout move earlier and you wanted to get in sells, I mean, prices retrace to the level that you want to sell. People are going to probably have sell orders, sell limits straight on that level. As soon as it hits, bang. Sells get the, can't even speak. Sells get put in the market. So yeah, got 2 minutes on the 15 close. I'd imagine we push down now. Realistically, if this 15 closes, especially if it closes like it is right now, we're probably going to drive down, I imagine. Obviously, you could take a flip on the 4 hour, break of the lows, stop above the high, for it to drive down to at least 59.75. It makes sense. Could even drive lower to 74s. 74 pips. What is that? 159.58. It's also valid. I reckon we can get to 500 subscribers maybe by the end of the week, you know. It is possible. It is very possible. Yeah, the only reason that I wouldn't, to be honest, if we weren't closing right, if we didn't close at resistance, because you see there's a level here. If we didn't close right at resistance, I would have a sell stop there, but it's just a bit, it's a bit of a jammy one, to be honest. It's a bit of a techie one, not one I'm interested in. Not one I'm interested in at all. So guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking like a day. It is looking like a day. I can't really see any opportunities for us to get any positions now, especially, yeah, especially not on here. And gold, yeah, it's just pretty much the same. So, you know what that means? It means will we be back here tomorrow? Be a bit earlier, it was a bit of a late stream today. I'll be on probably about 12 o'clock UK European time, 7 AM Eastern American time. And yeah, if any of you guys still watching, thank you for watching the stream, much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe, drop the like button, and I will see you guys here tomorrow. Maybe we can get some trades, because we've had taken no trades on stream so far. I've taken 3 trades this year, 2 wins, 1 loss. Yeah, so I haven't actually taken anything on stream yet, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll get some trades, I'm sure. It's only a matter of time.